Computer. Okay. So hello, everybody. So good to see you, especially in this new moment that we're going through, which allows us to see each other now in video. So, it's like, when I think about it, it's like my dream come true in a way. I mean, I know that it sounds really weird, but I've been begging you to do videos all the time, and now we're all forced to do videos all the time, right? So it's kind of my dream come true. So, but it's a good thing because we get a new way to connect. We get a new way to learn, and this does not stop us. It doesn't mean that we have to, put the world on pause. It's just basically actually utilizing all this time to be able to learn, to be able to really dive into the things that we never had time before, because now we have no other options. So, and if we're really mindful about what is going on, it's not about even stressing so much about what might happen, but it's about making the best of this time. Okay, in this country right now, they're not implementing measurements that they're implementing in other countries, which doesn't allow people to go anywhere, which is a lot safer than what unfortunately we're doing that right now. But that's up to us. So I love this time because it allows me to be able to connect with you, which I love. I miss your faces. And for the ones that are here right now, remember that our coaching is going to be tomorrow. Okay, all my Brickle people, we're going to be tomorrow at 10. So I will see you for the coaching in Spanish. So this is just a class right now for Canva. Okay, so I'm gonna be doing a webinar probably on Wednesday because I want to find out. I have a program which is Zoom webinar, which is made for exactly that, to be webinars. So it's a little different. So I'm gonna use you guys as like my guinea pigs. So because I want to do like a class about how to engage and how to really maximize everything that is happening right now for ourselves, and mostly important for our clients and people that we know. Okay, so it's kind of being the ambassadors of not only the good vibes, but the good, community engagement. So that is I'm gonna announce it probably tonight. I had to test it first with some friend just to see how it works, because honestly, the webinar section of this I never tried, but it's gonna be fun. Okay, so if all you guys have your canva.com already on your laptop or on your device, because I know you, Felix and Miguel, I'm looking at you, both of you, and I know that both of you, at least you have the two devices, because Miguel has the iPad and the computer. Okay, so I'm gonna start by sharing my screen, okay? So while I'm sharing my screen, I have to find, okay, here, awesome. So the way it works is as I'm sharing, I can see you, okay? And at the same time, I know that you can see my screen. So I like Canva more likely because it is a very easy platform to use, especially because it's free. And I'm a graphic designer, right? And this is something that allows anybody that is not a graphic designer to be able to create beautiful pieces. Now, one of the things that happens most of the time is that we get so wrapped around oh my God, this is so cool. Look at all these options and all these things, and it's shiny thing, and there it goes our attention, right? So you're gonna see that you have tons of templates, too many to pick. And what we do most of the time is that we get distracted by the amount. It's like, oh my God, is this or that or whatever. And each of them have their little complexities, which is not complicated. It's basically that they have a lot of moving pieces. So you know me better, you know me by now a lot, and you know that I like simple first. And there's a reason why I like simple first. Because when we have simple things that we can do, and this is killing you guys. Hold on. It's a beautiful day, but it's too much light. Hold on. Okay, maybe a little better. Now it's too dark. Okay. Okay, whatever. Me and the light. Okay, so now it's better. Okay, let me take this out because nobody's here. So if nobody's here, so now back. So the thing is, this is the thing. Can everybody hear me? Can you nod if you hear me? Okay, awesome, thank you. So Canva, right? We're talking about simplicity, because simplicity is the first thing to achieve something. When we start getting better about working with the technology, or working with, in this case, with this program, is when you can start testing for new things. But for now and for today, what I want is to concentrate on giving you something that you can start so you do not depend on anybody else besides yourself, and you can start doing what I was telling you all the time. If you remember, you can write it down. Your Instagram and your Facebook or your marketing exposure should be a compound of a few factors. And this is when I get bored to talking to myself, and my mom hears me all the time. So I'm going to do the chat thing if I find it. Hold on. Where is the chat thing? Okay. So I'm going to open the chat so I can see it on the side. And I'm going to ask you guys that you write on the chat, what are the things that I tell you that your Instagram post should have? What is the themes? Okay, I'm gonna give you a clue. It's like, should be at least 3 aspects or 3 areas, okay, that you can talk about. Can anybody write them down? What comes to mind? I said that we use social media for what I'm doing right now, to entertain, right? We use social media to do what? What are we doing right now? We are communicating. Guys, listen, I'm gonna put it like this. My mom, which I don't know if many of you know, but this is not about my personal life, but I have to say it because she's here and participating with you. So my mom had a stroke last Monday, and here she is, you're not typing anything, and she's answering the question that you should use social media to communicate, okay? So she's my student, she's having me live, but you guys have me here. So I need your participation, okay? I need you to turn off the phone first. Hold on. Then I will talk to my mom's friend, but not now. Anita, te está llamando Ana Cañas. Ahora después yo la llamo, okay? Okay. Pero now you just keep, if they don't answer, you answer the question for me. Can you do that? Thank you. Okay, so I want you to answer. Otherwise, my mom is going to take all the things. Okay, so learn, capture your audience and potential clients. Yes. Diversion and information. Exactly. Exactly. Yes, the tiny little points. So this is what we're going to do. If you're looking at the screen, can you all see what I have on the screen, which is says, the idea is not to live forever, but to create something that will, Andy Warhol. So this is a post that I have picked, regardless of the black of the background. I picked it for a few reasons, okay? First, because of the simplicity, okay? So this is what I like, in my opinion, and if you have been following me, you might see it, that I like for what is called inspirational quotes, which is one of the things that your social media should have. Your social media should have either humor or motivational quotes, or quotes that have actually nothing related to real estate, okay? So you pick something that is to give a good sense of theme to your Instagram, which we'll go over that in another class. You want to pick a color, okay? Your theme should have a color, okay? Should have preferably a font, so you should not be changing fonts all the time. You will pick one font and or 2 fonts, but not more than 3. And then a color is a palette, which you can have up to 3 colors with their different gradations of tone, okay? So that's basically what we created with your personality. Let's say that would be the personality of your brand. So we're gonna work today on this. So what I'm gonna do, I wanna see, because this is for free. I know that this version that I'm working hard on the screen is for free. So I'm gonna see if I can share the link. You bear with me because I have a few options. Okay, I'm gonna share the link to edit. I'm gonna share the link. I'm gonna copy the link, and I'm gonna go to your chat. If I actually can able to handle this, I'm a genius, and you know that I'll keep saying that about me all the time. Paste and go. Okay, so if you guys look at the Zoom chat, you will have a link. Can you see the link that I just pasted? Okay, I want you guys to click on that. Ahí, mamá, muy bien. So once you click on that, you should have it open on your screen. There you go. Very nice. ¿Te molesta ahí o no?
No.
Okay, ahí. I'm gonna figure out something else. Okay, so you have that done. If you have that done, that's awesome. Because what we're gonna have now, what we're gonna do now is with that, I want to do something very special because this is what happens, okay? If you guys start touching and changing things on that right now, what is gonna happen is you're gonna affect that artwork on everybody's computer. Hello, isn't that funny? So the first thing you need to do, so if you already have that on your screen, now I want you to go to your, on Canva, okay? You're gonna go to File, which is on the top, right? And you're gonna go to Make a Copy, okay? You go to File and all the way to Make a Copy. So when you go to Make a Copy, now you have it as copy of whatever, which is the name that shows up on the top, okay? You wanna click on that because now this is your version, okay? And you're gonna come here and we're gonna work on this now. Hopefully it will work. So I want you to tell me on the chat, what are you gonna write? This could be an inspiration, a motivation, keep safe and wash your hands, whatever you want to, because we will do this all the way. This is gonna be posted on your social media today. So do me a favor and I give you, where's my phone? I will give you exactly a minute, okay, for you guys to type on the chat, okay, what is gonna be the sentence that you're gonna do on your post. Hold on. Timer. Where's my timer? And we started, okay? So you have 1 minute. If you have it, please type it on the Zoom group chat so I can see it. So whenever you finish, we still have time, like 15 seconds. But I have not seen anybody type anything. So either you're not seeing it. Believe it or not, these platforms allow you to be very interactive if you use it right. Okay, so time out. Do you need more time? I'm only seeing three faces. So I'm only seeing Christian, Miguel, and Felix. So I'm not seeing anybody typing. So that's what I'm saying, because I have, okay, Miguel, the idea is not to work hard, but to work with passion and conviction. I love it. Okay, so you guys have one. Christian, are you still meditating? No, you have no phrase? Okay, let me give you one. So, because I want you to do this, okay? It could be something on, I did something in Spanish that was really good the other day. I forgot about it. Hold on. You can say something like community, like quote unquote. It means caring for each other, something like that, you know, because we're going through this whole theme at this time right now. They're really caring for other people. So community for you guys is related to your work because you work in communities, you work with communities, your houses that we sell are in communities, the building that we are is a community. So it's related to your industry. And at the same time, it talks about the people. So that was an idea. Don't ask me to repeat it because it's already escaped my brain. So I hope, Flora, you have another one. I don't know who is Jer Improvements because I just have that funny name, but I don't have a name of a human. And then I have a photo of an ocean, which I'm assuming that could be probably Kenya, but I'm not sure. So if you guys already have your sentence, oh, I'm looking for, what I want you to do now Service is the essence. Okay, love it. So what I wanted to do now, I'm gonna do mine. Go the extra mile. I'm not crowded out there. Love it. Okay, so I'm gonna do mine, and mine is going to be, I'm gonna type it. So have you seen what I've done? I'm gonna, now that you all have a sentence, what you have to do is you're gonna grab and highlight the whole paragraph, okay? And you're gonna type your sentence. Okay, thank you for that, Abisai, for a so I'm gonna say mine. What was mine? Hold on, I had mine in my mind, now it's skipping. So my sentence is going to be, okay, thank you for that. My mom just gave me mine. I say, in my world, everything is okay. Okay. So as you type yours, it might change. Now, this works very simple. If you have worked on any programs that is called editing, what you're seeing right now is very, very easy. So I can literally, from a corner, you see what happens, bring it up and down. So what I'm doing is I'm just making it small or bigger. And I can literally, once I see this little cross, I can put it repositioning anywhere on the screen, okay? So, and if you look at the lines, it will tell me like that is the center, okay? Regardless of what my eyes tells me, I know that that's the center because of the purple lines. So I, in this case, want to have it a little on the top, okay? And it looks beautiful. Now, as Word, I want you to concentrate right now on the top banner. Here you have like play fair display, which is the font, 40.5, which is the size, and the A with the little color rainbow is the color. So if you come here, you can literally change any color you have. As you can see, I have brand colors because this belongs to my personal brand, and these are the colors of my personal brand. So you can have, if later, I don't remember if with the free version you can have your brand, but if you always use a code, you can have that code there, okay? Then you have the font, if it's bold, italic, underline, or whatever. This means that the center alignment. So this is basically editing parts of this that anybody can access to, okay? And the important part, I can see anything. Well, if you cannot see anything, it's because your video is not activated. Hold on. Yes, because you have to be on Canva. So if you jump late into the session, I recommend that you probably hear everything. And then when you have a chance, you look at the video again, because otherwise the meeting started already and it will take forever for me to go back and tell you, what to do right now. So basically you are here, right? So I wanted to pay attention to three parts that might be a little like not confusing, but I wanted to pay attention. So spacing. Spacing is like you can either make the space between the letters, you see, wider, right? Or between the lines. But look at what happened. If you pay a little attention, you will see that if I highlight everything and do spacing right now, everything changes at once. Can you see that? Now, if I go here and I change only one line and I change spacing, see what happens? The top, it is different. So you see? Thank God I have you, Felix. I see you're not in my head. So what I wanted to say with this is like, it's a very simple program. It's just details. It's not complicated, it's details, okay? So unless you want it for a specific reason, which I'm gonna work on this so you see it, to change a word because you want to send the concept emphasize in there, then you will highlight only that word. But if you want, like, let's say that I wanna say my world and I want my world to be the three little dots, I know, exactly. I will underline just the word world, you see, because I want the attention of my viewers to be on the word world. So I didn't highlight the whole thing, I just highlighted that word, okay? And if I don't want it, I go back to the same. So in regards to, give me 1 second. You guys, I'm actually answering a question. Give me 1 second. Optimal YouTube channel. Okay, so I'm gonna answer the question even though that I put it there. If you guys want to revisit or review this video as many times as you want, as soon as I finish with this class, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna upload it into our Optimal YouTube channel, and I'm gonna send the link to Miriam and to everybody in my team in Brickle, so you guys have it, and you can go to their website. I'm gonna be uploading all the classes that we're gonna be doing there, so it will be like your library of me teaching, okay, or Christina teaching, or whoever is teaching something. So let's go back to this. I wanna give you, because I cannot see your artwork, okay, but I wanna give you like 1 minute, and I'm gonna, for you to play with yours, okay? So in this case, like I'm gonna use, look at what I'm gonna do. I'm doing world, right? And I can even change, I think so, let me see. I can even choose, no, I cannot choose that for whatever reason. But I can change the size of world, let me see. Okay, hold on. Oh, you see, I took all these things instead of taking everything. So let me do it again. Select all, and I will put here that I want everything in 30, no, 46, 48. Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna do everything. I'm gonna put it in italic, so it looks cute. Perfect. So I'm gonna give you 1 minute so you guys can play with yours, okay? And the time started now.
Hello? Hello?
Okay, I'm gonna say something while you guys work on your piece. For reasons of being 10 people, if you have to say something, please type it on the chat so it does not disturb everybody else. So I put everybody on mute. So if you find that you cannot speak, it's because I actually muted you. Okay, so if you want to say something, you have to raise your hand, but let's wait for the end so we cannot, you know, basically we can do this in a timely manner, regardless of the time that we have. Okay, so perfect. Dun, dun, dun. So if you finish, I'm gonna thank you, Felix. Thank you for that. Okay, so you guys are done. And it's a minute and a half. So thank you very much. So now we have elements. So this is a little line. You can see there's a little line there. So I can do with that. I can basically rotate it, okay? Or I can delete it. In this case, I don't want it. So you can do that. When you go to your main thing, which is on your right, sorry, your left, you will have photos, elements, text, music, video, backgrounds, and so forth. I don't want to complicate things right now. So I'm trying to learn to be very on the topic, okay? And I'm gonna say something that sometimes I've seen a lot, and this is why on this thing, I don't want you to add a logo, I don't want you to add a telephone number, I don't want you to add your name on it, because this is social media. What does it mean? If someone is actually looking at this, they're looking at you, they're looking at your profile, okay? So the way it works with Facebook and Instagram is that if they see too much, of branding especially, they will not show you, they will not be showing your artwork or your piece to anybody else. So the characteristics of a post that is, like in this case, either humor or that is inspirational or motivational, is that is a different thing. That's what it has, words. But your social feed, as you were mentioning a few minutes ago, will have not only something like this, which is basically plain text. We're not going to add images here. We're just going to do text, okay? Because you will have other, which we're going to do today, in which you're going to have a photo, okay? So you don't need to have So you kind of, the way that your social media will look, it will start looking very interactive, and it will start looking very different. Because I see a lot of the real estate agents, what they're doing is they're just putting photos of houses, okay? And for whatever reason, someone that had a lot of followers start doing that, and everybody thinks that that's the trend and that's the way to go. But after a while, it gets boring. And not only that, social media today is value, especially now more than ever, is valuing connection. And you might put a photo that it looks very nice, and people just might say like it, or maybe not even, but there's no interaction. There's no connection with the other person. So the whole focus of this right now is to actually get a response. So great posts to do are posts like this. You don't have to elaborate too much on the content unless you want to. Or you can sometimes put a post that is a question, right? So this is something that I post on a private group that I have, and with women. And the post that I did is like, what is what is the favorite place in your house now? Because why did I do that? Because I want people to engage. And at this moment, everybody's basically doing homework, and they're staying at home. They cannot leave. So it's the moment to kind of reconnect with your space, because most of the time, everybody's like 8 hours away because we're working, plus however amount of hours commuting. So now we find ourselves in our homes 24/7, going crazy. So it's a good question, and it's a question that you get a lot of responses when you ask someone, hey, what is the corner of your home that is your favorite corner? Or how can you make your favorite corner even prettier? So you're trying to engage. Remember, social media is not just about putting a photo of a house and see how it goes. It's basically trying to interact with people, because the algorithm of the social exposure is today about interaction, okay? So let's do this. So now we work on text, okay? So in this case, I'm picking this model, but I want to let you know that let's see that you want to change this one, okay? You don't like that font, and you're kind of in the creative mood today. So you can come and you can pick a different font. So as you see, I click on the play for display, and I can go and say that I want it now on the April whatever face, okay? And I can keep on going. What I was trying to tell you is that we can be as creative as we want to, but we need to be mindful that not to get trapped. Or maybe now is a good moment to get trapped, I don't know, and spend endless hours on tweaking something. Okay, so that's what I wanted to be simple. And that's what I say, no more than 2 to 3 fonts. And whatever you pick, try to pick it and keep with it for a while, okay? Because people will start recognizing your font, people will start recognizing your combination of colors, and that's what it becomes your own brand, okay? So I'm gonna go back to the other one because I actually like it. But you can change fonts here. You see you have plenty, and most of them are free. If you see a little crown, is basically that is a premium version. 3 little dots. Thank you, Bum. So the 3 tiny little dots. So what else? Da, 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 da. So this is what you can do with the fonts. Now in this one we don't have objects, okay, but we have the Andy Warhol. In this case, this is not Andy Warhol, this is my mom. So I'm gonna put here by my mom, okay? So if the quote is yours, you will put yours. If the quote is nobody's, okay, because you're not using a quote, it's very simple. You basically come here, click on this, and hold on, click on that and delete. You see, it's gone, okay? You want it back? Command Z if you're in a Macintosh. No, you see this is not the same. It should be, okay, there you are. Okay, so that's for that. Now it's background. So in this case, I have color. So it's a plain image, nothing fancy, but I can become anything I want. It can become this color, whatever color I want, okay? So you will basically, like I said, your brand should have a theme, and I like orange. So I'm gonna do this like that, and I want it bigger, okay? And center. So I will grab it again and center, and that's it, okay? So now my post is done. Now we're going back to what I said about branding. I know that is some explain. So if you want to say something about your brand because you want your friends to repost it or something, you can always come back here, and we're gonna add once we're here, we're gonna go to this side. Can you see all these sides where it says templates, photos to the left? And I'm gonna grab text. I'm gonna click on text, and I'm gonna come here before someone else comes. Hello. Give me 1 second. Awesome. Sorry guys. Okay, sorry for that, but they needed to transfer her for an x-ray. So let me see the here. I don't know if let me do something just to try. If I stop the video, can you still see the screen? Felix, can you nod? Do you still see the screen, honey? Thank you. Okay, so now, did you see that the last thing I did, I got the text, right? I did like the add subheading like this, and you see it's there. So I actually put 2, so I'm gonna delete that one. Sorry. I'm gonna delete that one. Amazing. Hold on. Okay, here. Do you see the little trash can? Can you see it on the top right hand? Okay, delete. So I'm gonna use the little one, and this is when you can add text. So let's see that I wanna here. I wanna have my name. So I'm gonna put here Lola Saudino. Okay. You can put your name, the name of your brand. I always like that you guys use your own name, because you're not, and Jared, another is not you, you have a name. You put your name here, so hold on. Your name is Avisai, so but for whatever reason you show with the name of a company. So when you do your posting, I really encourage you guys to use your own name, and because I think it's more personal. So so you can change your font to whatever font you want. You can do the spacing. Okay, what I recommend is once you do it, keep it. What do you mean? Don't keep changing it. Okay, so people get used to that. So that is as much as of any post that I will do that is either motivational, inspirational, or maybe educational. Okay, that is the content they should have. It should not have more than that. Okay, so you have the background, which you can change the color. You have the font, which you can change as you saw, and you have your name under. Okay, nothing else. No need of graphics, no need of my own logo. Just keep it simple so you can basically have something there. So now is the next step. So, okay, Lola, everything's so cool. So what do I do next? So hold on, I have a next message. Okay. So what you do next, okay, is to download. Can you see on the right top corner? It says download, okay? So what you will do, if you click there, you see, it kind of recognizes basically the usage, because the one that we were using it today, it was basically for Instagram post. So it's already know that it's to when go like here, it will be basically asking you, what do you want? In this case, I want a PNG because it is for web, okay? But let's think for a second that I want this to be my Christmas card for my clients. So I needed to print it. So I would probably go to PDF print. You see this as a high quality multi-page document, okay? So this is basically the difference. The JPEG and PNG is basically size difference. So most of the time today, you can either work with any PNG sometimes when they have a nice, not in this case that applies, that if you have an image with no background, it will save it with no background. So, and as you can tell, they're trying already on video and they're trying on GIF animation. These are two new things that Canva is evolving into. So for now, this is where we are, okay? So I'm going to click on here, right? And I'm gonna leave it as a PNG, and I'm gonna go, and the size is pretty much very safe to be on the, 1080, 1080. I can pick here whatever I want, and I'm gonna download. As soon as I do that, it's downloaded. I don't know if you can see it, but if you do the exercise, it will pop up on your screen, and this file is already for you to save on your marketing folder and have it there. Any questions so far? No questions? Thank God I have Felix on the other side. Okay, so Flora, any questions? No? I know that you're muted. You can use the chat, okay? Because I am looking at the chat. So let me see. Now, no questions. Thank you very much, honey. You're the best. Okay, so now that we do that, I'm gonna go to a more complex one, okay? So I'm gonna open it up here on home, and I'm going to do this one, okay? So this one, which I already created, and is the one that I did today for you guys to see the class, okay? These have more elements, okay? This is a nice way, in my opinion. I send it to you guys, but if this was my Instagram post and I was thinking I'm creating something for people to see, this will not be my choice. This is an artwork that I did because the whole function of this was to be put on an email, and it was like an invitation for you to see. For an Instagram post, this is too big, okay? It has too many components. So we're gonna go back, and I'm gonna start deleting things from here, okay? So what we wanna do, like you see, I have this element, I have this element, I have a photo in the background, I have a blog, so I have a bunch of stuff. So let's imagine that you are going to be doing a property, okay? And this is when we start mixing. We were doing basically motivational and inspirational, whatever. And now we're gonna be doing, I have a new listing, or someone else gave me a listing that I wanna promote. So when we work with images, and this is important, Instagram and Facebook, they love just images, okay? But we like to communicate more. So there's different ways. One of the ways is, if you have, let's say that you have a house or an apartment, you have a property, and you have 5 photos that you want to save. You have either the option of doing 5 photos together, putting them all together, and then doing like kind of like a gallery kind of thing. And in that case, one of the posts that you're going to use could be something a little simpler than this, with a little bit of information on the property. But what you want is, like in this case, I'm gonna use this one to announce either a just listed, or I'm gonna announce a price reduction, or I'm going to announce a open house, okay? So I'm gonna use for that purpose specifically. So I'm gonna start by deleting things. Why? Because there's too many components. So I'm going to delete this thing, for example, because I don't need it, okay? Oh, I need to share it with you. Hold on, let me do this and do. Okay, I'm gonna share it as it is. I'm gonna share this. I'm gonna copy link. Let's see if you learn it. I'm gonna come to the chat, go to the Zoom chat. And I'm going to put here the new link. You let me know when you click on it and when you have it on your screen, please. Okay, so everybody open it. Okay, thank you, Flora and Miguel for responding. Okay, so what we're gonna do first is we are going to work on, let me think, because I kind of like this way. We're gonna take the canvas out. So I want you to do the same as I'm doing. I'm clicking on this and I'm going to delete it. Okay, so I'm going to the trash can. Because this is, if you're gonna use it for open house. Oh yes, thank you, Miguel. I wanted to save it. Oh, thank you. Thank God someone has a brain. So, and I know that it was it won't damage yours. Don't worry, honey. So yes, save it first. Remember, once you open it, you go here to file, right? Let me take this down, and you're gonna make a copy, okay? So that way you have it on your. Do not save because you're gonna save mine. You need to make a copy and work on your copy, okay? So once you've done that and you have your copy made, so here it should say copy, okay? I'm actually gonna do it so you see it. If I go and make a copy, you see right now it says we are connected, but if I come here and make a copy, now it says copy of we are connected. So when I work on a copy, I'm not working on the original. So we are gonna leave this one for open house. So one of the things that I can do, I need in the open house or in the just listed, I basically need to say it that is that, okay? I don't want to put 2 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, because now it becomes too overpopulated. That is kind of the information that you're gonna put on your comment. You're gonna put in the description of the post. You're not gonna put it on the post, okay? So what we're gonna put here, more important than anything, is actually, we're gonna delete this, and we're gonna leave this for open house. Okay, now if you look again, I can do this, okay, and look at the difference. With this, I'm bringing the box, either bring it smaller, large. It's not the same as to do this. This makes it bigger, okay, the corners makes it bigger, while the line on the next to it, like vertical, it makes this just the box of the text to change, okay? So I'm going to do this, and I'm gonna actually here, in this case, I'm gonna put it in 2 lines. I'm gonna highlight it all, go to the spacing, and I'm gonna make the spacing in between lines a little shorter, a little smaller. And that's it. And I'm gonna do open in bold. And I'm going to see what happens if I change the spacing a little bit, just because I like this style always. That's it, I'm done, right? So I have this now. So I don't want too much of course, you want me to leave? Okay. So what I want right now is I want you guys to have this here, okay? And we're gonna put it in different places. So I'm gonna put it on the box, on this box. Why? Because let's imagine that I have this photo and it's very busy. And I'm gonna show you what's gonna happen in a second, because actually in this photo, I have the opacity very low. So you see this little square next to the lock? That's the opacity or the transparency. If I go all the way to the top, it seems it becomes brighter. If I go all the way here, it becomes almost invisible, okay? So you see, if I leave the open house there, it would not be able to be seen. And not only that, let's imagine that my photos of my homes change every time. So I, first of all, to be able to be seen, I have to find a spot that is either a plain color or keep it moving. So it gets very kind of distracted for people. So what I want you to do is to have it on top of a box, because when you have it on top of a box, it's easier because it's always in the same positioning, okay? So, and in this case, I don't want to say when, I just want people to be grabbing their attention. The when, the time, and everything else, it will be where. It could be, maybe I leave the date and the time, but anything else, I really want them to go to my content. I want them to read, okay? So I'm gonna lower this a little bit. Hold on, not that one. That's gonna leave it. I'm gonna grab the text and I'm gonna move it down. And I'm gonna grab this text. Hold on. I always have issues with this. Hello thing. Okay, here. And I'm gonna put it here. You're gonna say, Lola, that was very cute, but we cannot read anything. So I have either two options. According to your brand, this can be either this color or I can change the font. In this case, I'm gonna change it to white by clicking on the letter with the bottom, with a little mark, which allows me to see all the palettes. If I don't like any color that is out of kind of by default, what I can do, I go to the new color and I created a new, like I can create a, let's say that I like this blue, okay? So you can do whatever you want as far as color goes. So you just basically click on changing them. In this case, again, for my purpose of this training, I'm gonna do it in white, okay? So I have the open house. I can adjust it a little bit to the top if you want. And now I have the date, right? So I click and I just move it to the top. Okay, you see, clearly it's not fitting. And if you think about, we're looking at very big. When you Instagram post, you will see it very little. So you have different options. Either you take it out completely, okay, or you make it smaller, or you just put, instead of a Monday, you just put the date and the time. Up to you guys. I always like less to be more. So in my case, I'm gonna delete it. So now you kind of do your thing, okay? Because remember, I want you to practice, and the only way that we practice is by doing it. So that's is everything. If you let me know in the chat if you're good so far, if you understand, if you feel comfortable with which we just did, which is a lot, okay? We just, now we're acting on a post that has more elements than the post before. Perfect, thank you. I know that. You're so sharp. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the image. And this is like when it gets a little trickier, but not truly. You know that I keep telling you all the time that you have to have high resolution images of the best images possible, because if you're looking at anybody else social media, you will find that images and you say, oh my God, the house is beautiful, or this and that. And that, as I always say, is because they do have professional photos and they're basically using those, okay, because they show better than if you don't have them. So how do you, is the question, how do you bring your own photo to Canva? And that's what we're gonna do right now. I want you to look on my, of the finger on you know, my cursor, and go all the way to the left menu. So on the left menu, you have photos, okay, which applies for stock photography that the system gives you for free, elements, then text, music, videos, and you have background and uploads. So now I want you to click on uploads, okay? Click on uploads. And what you're gonna see when you click on uploads is all the things, in this case, that I already have in uploads. So as I've been working with, you know, some of you, so I have a bunch of stuff. And so uploads is like where you can go to your computer, and if you look here on the top, it says upload an image or video, and you can bring it into this system, okay? So to answer Abby's, you can get into this. It's called Canva. If you look at the screen, I hopefully it's sharing the top. You can find it is canva.com, and it's a free program that it runs on the browser. It's not downloadable. You just work on the browser. So let's go on images, and I want you to guys to click on upload an image, and you will find something that you have on stock. Just for the exercise. I needed to do it for the exercise. So you're gonna click here on the green button, and I want you to find something, any image. I don't know where I have in my computer. It's kind of, okay, so let me go to a place that I know that I have photos. And I'm gonna pick a photo. In this case, I'm just actually not even, I don't even know what I'm picking. We have a folder with a bunch of stock photos. I'm just gonna pick any. I'm gonna pick this one, and I'm going to choose. So nice. Okay, so this photo was uploaded, and I hope you can see it, and Felix will let me know if he's able to see it. It's uploading the image into my upload folder. How do I know? Because the upload is now teal. Okay, so that's telling me that it's not finished yet. So I'm just basically waiting for it to finish be uploaded. So now I have my image here. Okay, and my microphones die, I think. So what I'm gonna do, if you look into still in the left, okay, you will see that there is a new photo next to Julio Clavijo's name. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna grab that image from that folder with my cursor without dropping it, and I'm gonna drop it inside. See what happened? Did you see what happened, right? I'm actually looking at Felix because and Christian, because those are the faces that I see, and I know you guys are nodding. Okay, so now the question is, Lola, what do I do if I want to move it? So I wanted to double click on the image, and if you see now, the image seems to be bigger as far as the canvas, the space, the square. So I can literally move this anywhere. Okay, I can move it to the side, and if I left it, now it's like that. Or I can move it to this side. Or I can decide, in this case, it will not be smart because I wanted to use the entire size of the photo, but hold on. So that's why it's not, oh, it doesn't allow me to change I can make it bigger. I cannot make it smaller. You see, I'm trying to make it smaller, but since it's inside the square, it will not allow me, because if I make it smaller, the top and the bottom will be leaving a white space. So I can basically, this photo, I can make it bigger, and I can bring it down, for example, like that. And that will be, in this case, the photo. Okay? So that's as simple as that. Now, you can be asking me, okay, what about that empty box with a line? I don't like that. You don't like it? Simple, delete it. You like it? Let me go there back. We go here, and I think it's a way to go. I know, I always know there is a way. Okay, here. When you go to the top, you have an arrow like this, like going backwards, which I understand is undo. So the action comes back again to you. So basically, and you can make this, you see, look at this. It's either a square, a banner, okay, or in this case, I was adjusting it to be more like that, okay? And that's it. So now I have an open house. In this case, I don't have a house because I don't know if I have any houses. Okay, I have this one. Let me see if it looks normal. Okay, I can do this. I'm gonna do this just for the purposes of, hold on. Okay, I'm gonna do this just so it looks more real of an open house. Hold on. I'm gonna make it like that. And now it's there. Hold on. Okay, that's it. That's my open house. Oh, did you see? Let me see if some of you were paying attention. Something happened here, and I want you to text me to put on the chat. What did you see that happens? I put a new photo because I was looking for a new photo, but something changes. What did it change? Let's see if you're paying attention. Who is paying attention? Felix, I know you're paying attention. The image. I know the image. I know that Paula recognizes this image pretty well. What else happens? What happened to the gray box that was here, or what happened to the gray line? It disappears, right? That happened because when I place the image, I didn't look into the positioning. So if you look at top here, is positioning. So before you freak out and it's like, oh my God, what is she's done? Now I cannot see that. No, before you do that, you come to positioning and you're gonna tell that you want this image to go backwards, okay? And you're probably gonna have to say backwards again. And now we cannot go, if you look at that, the backward now is basically light gray, which means that it's nothing behind it. So there's no reason for you to keep on clicking because nothing else is gonna show up. But I had to do it backwards twice for me to be able to see the little line that I kind of like it, so that's why I keep it. And basically that's it. This could be your open house. And let's say that you will say, well, Lola, thank you very much, but that's your style, it's not mine. I'd rather have this way. I'd rather have this way, and I'd rather have this in 2 lines. So look at how fast I can do it. Oh, give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna put you on mute and 1 second. Sorry, guys. Thank you for that. So, okay. So now back. So you see, I can actually change this. So like, let's say that I want to make this like this. Okay. Okay. What did I do? Open house. So I can put it there, right? So, or let's see that this is a just listed. You see, now it became a just listed. So the most important thing is like when you're doing a just listed or an open house, you want to tell people what the post is all about. Okay. Some people, I mean, especially when I add graphics, because it's not that much what you, I mean, it's not that you cannot do much. Of course, you can do a lot more. You can even come back here and put your name, but now you already have a listing that is already on your social. Okay. So on this sense, I would probably leave it like that. And I can even say that I might even take that if you don't like it. But I like to have the box behind the text for the specific reason that at this point, this photo, it has a blue sky. Sometimes it's not that like that, and the photo can be as busy as, I don't know, let me make this funny. So I don't know if it's allowing me, but something like that, right? So if I come here now I see the post again, you see, and if I take this out, look what happens. It doesn't, it's start looking weird. So I like to, the most important thing I always said is to be seen, okay? But it's true that if you want it, I mean, what I recommend is like sometimes if this is showing the best part of the house, there's no issue. Sorry for that. I'm like, look funny what I'm trying to do. I don't know why. You can basically move it. Okay, this is the part in which I look ridiculous on the screen. But you can move this, not like that. Thank you, Felix. You're finding humor on this. I'm not finding humor on mine, but you can probably, okay, I figure it out later. For whatever reason, it seems to be locked. It shouldn't be locked. I don't know why. Okay, it's not locked. Okay. But what I'm trying to say to you is that you can move this like the same way that I moved that. Aha, now I figured it out. Thank you for being so funny. Yeah, whoo. Okay, able to do it. So you see, even I made mistakes. So now it's pretty, right? So this can be, once you choose again on a simple thing, you can work on the one I gave you. That's what I gave you, that one, because I already created for you the elements that you need. Now you can tweak it. You can come here and say, yeah, Lola, nice choice, but I don't like the Vivas new. I want another font. And I understand that for your brand, this might look better, okay? So, but what I want you to have on the simple and easy way was more likely to have the elements, because sometimes we get distracted by the elements, okay? So you can make it small, big, it doesn't matter. So it's basically just that, and then you're ready to post. And this can be, again, that this is kind of your post for a property. You have the other post, and before we finish, I wanted to do something. You need to remember to do what? To come to file and to save it, okay? So that's the other thing. Now, we have those two. I recommend that if you're gonna work on one, always remember then to download it, and you will have it on your marketing post, so you can use that one. And then when you come to Canva, what will happen is this: you come to home, and guess what? Out of all this craziness is all your artwork. Now you might see, hey, what is your artwork? You change a lot, and then it doesn't show anything. Well, but if I go here, it's changed. Do you see? So this is my artwork for my just listed, my for sale, my open house, my price reduction. Sometimes it's important because you say, hey, I don't have more photos, but this has a drastic price reduction. So what would you do? You use the same photo and you will put price reduction here. So this is today's class. I don't want to make it longer, even though that we all have all the time in the world right now, but I want you to practice. Okay, remember, if you don't play with this, thank you guys for showing your, I see the ones that I'm looking at. So this is for you to practice. So take all this time that you have right now to really get to familiarize with these platforms. They're not complicated. That's what I pick, these ones that are simple. I here can see a lot of these things that they may seem so enchanting and so, oh my God, I love that one. Oh no, I like this one. But when you start getting into that, what happens is that we go crazy. and we lose a lot of time. I know that we have time, but we lose time. Okay, so I wanted to for you to be able to have, like, let's say this week, have 3 different posts. Okay, and you will be able to do it yourselves. Find on the internet, you know, there's plenty of motivational humor, there's different things. And what I will do next time, I will show you on how to work with ones that I found very funny, in which you can add video to one post. So I think those are cute, and they're very, you know, they're very visual. So for the next class, which I hopefully we can do by the end of the week, I will teach you how to do that. And I'm going to post also by email and in the chats on Facebook, on Instagram, I'm sorry, on the WhatsApp. I'm going to show you how are we going to do with a webinar about how to communicate with your clients. So let me do something, first of all here. Okay, here I'm back. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna finish this session. Anything that you have questions, you know, this is gonna be saved on. I'm gonna close the session, upload it to the Optimar YouTube channel. I believe there is 2, and this is probably my fault because I created a new one. So if you go into YouTube and you put Optimar International Realty, find the one with the blue emblem. Okay, the logo is all blue. That's the one that I put in all my videos. Okay, so watch it again. Hopefully I'm not speaking too much. I really apologize for the interruptions, but I mean, you know, I'm in the hospital and, you know, the situation is kind of delicate. So I didn't want to postpone because I'm still working with you, but I had to put, you know, the pause for a little bit. So, so that's it. I hope you're all safe, having fun, learning a lot. And if you're coaching with me on Brickle, I will see you tomorrow at 10 in the same platform. We're going to be in Zoom. So wait for my link, which you're going to receive in the chat. And if you're not coaching with me in Brickle, and if you're in Sunny Isles, it's a little different with you guys because I don't have a steady group. I have only 2 people that are being steady with me. So those are the 2 people that I'm working with, because otherwise we're going through specific things. That's why I was actually pushing everybody to be coaching, because coaching is very crucial. And so you can keep up with your work and I can keep my eye on you. So that's why I'm going to do the webinar. Okay. And I still have to figure it out. How can I work with the people that I have not been working? So that's why on the webinar, will try to answer a lot, and I will give you a lot of tips on how to work at this time with your clients. So I hope to see you all there, and that's about it. If you have any questions, you all have my email, okay? So you're welcome to email me. I do read my emails, and I'm operating for my office. You guys, you know, anything with transactions and anything that is related to manage me, to me managing you and helping with all these transactions, let me know. If not, I will bring it up tomorrow on our coaching session. Okay. So thank you very much to all. Have a very safe and happy day, and enjoy to have fun. Okay. Bye.